what's up? Welcome back to my channel. This is my sister Allison.
Hi guys.
She's a baby. I don't know if you've met her. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't, maybe in previous channels. She's my model for today. I did a makeup look that I wouldn't usually do, or she wouldn't usually do. I would totally wear this to the grocery store.
Yeah, I know.
I totally would. But yeah, I decided to do that on her. If you guys are interested in knowing how I did that, then please keep on watching. To get started, I'm going to prime her face using the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. This one also fills in the pores and it just gives you a nice smooth canvas for the foundation to go on. I'm just going to focus this on the T-zone because that's where she gets oily the most. Following that, I'm going to apply the Becca Skin Love Weightless Blur Foundation, and the shade will be in the description box. This is a full coverage foundation, so I'm not going to go overboard with it. I'm just going to balance out her skin tone and also cover some imperfections. I'm going to be using the NARS concealer, and I'm just going to apply that a little bit under the eyes, not too much because she doesn't have a lot of heavy under eyes to cover. Later on, we'll be brightening up that area anyways with some powders. So just a little bit goes a long way. I'm just going to focus that underneath her eyes, chin, and forehead, and then softly going to blend that out with my damp beauty blender. Once the concealer is blended, I'm also going to apply a little bit more of that on the eyelids just to cover any imperfections, veins, and this is also going to serve me as an eyeshadow base, and it's going to help the eyeshadow stick to the eyelid, and it's also going to help prevent creases throughout the day. Now to set her makeup in place, I'm going to use this Fit Me Loose Powder in the shade 10, and with a small brush, I'm just going to apply that underneath the eyes in a triangle shape, and then just slightly packing the powder in with the brush and then letting it sit for a few minutes. This technique is called the baking technique. So I'm just going to do that underneath her eyes and on her T-zone area. And this is going to help the makeup last longer, and it's also going to prevent creases throughout the day. And right after that, I'm also going to set her eyelids, and this is also going to give us a smooth eyeshadow base, and it's going to make the blending in the future so much better. Now with a clean brush and the remaining powder that I have sitting on her cheeks, I'm just going to basically apply this on the rest of the face, kind of setting the makeup at the same time. I don't want to waste it, so I'm just going to blend it in within the face and set the rest of the foundation. And then once I do that, I'm just going to go ahead and start to bronze up her face. And I'm going to be using up the Hoola bronzer from Benefit. This one is just a travel size, but any bronzer of your liking will do. I'm just going to apply that with a small brush on the hollows of the cheeks, on the jawline, sides of the forehead, on the forehead, just to bring back that warmth, just because the powders tend to make our face look flat and just completely erase our shapes. So I'm just going to do that, and once I finish, I'm going to add a little bit of color to her cheeks by using this Morphe 9B palette. I'm just basically mixing a bunch of blushes and going with the flow, nothing in particular. Obviously, you can use any product you have. As long as you use a technique and similar colors, that will do. And for the blush, I usually like applying it in the center and then swirling it upwards towards the highest point of the cheeks. For highlight, I want a golden bronzy highlight, so I'm going to be using the Carly Bible palette with Benefit, and I'm just going to blend the bottom darker highlights, and I'm just going to apply that on the highest point of her cheeks in a C shape, kind of underneath the eyebrow, and then blending it in with the cheek. And then I'm also going to apply that on the forehead, Cupid's bow, on her chin, on the tip of her nose, and on the bridge of her nose. Now taking the well-rested Bare Mineral loose powder, I'm just going to brighten up her under eye. Like I mentioned earlier, is not to cover a dark circle, it's just to make that area awake and bright. And I'm just going to do that with a small brush. Now using the Morphe palette, I'm not sure exactly which one. I'll leave it in the description box, but I'm just going to take a warm shade first. Any light brown will do for this step. This is just going to be our transition shade, and it's just basically going to help every other eyeshadow blend in seamlessly. Also, I'm going to apply that towards the crease of her eye and just using a big fluffy brush. Now using this lighter brown eyeshadow, I'm going to repeat the exact same process. However, I'm going to change my brush. I'm going to use a smaller, denser brush, and this is going to change our application. Instead of a big fluffy brush, it's going to apply it everywhere, but if you have a more precise brush, the application is going to be more precise. So I'm going to focus this on the outer V of her eye and the inner V of her eye, kind of creating that halo effect look. I'm literally going to repeat this exact same step with every single other eyeshadow. All we're doing here is creating that halo depth and very nicely blended shadows. And blending is key for this eye look and any other eye look. All you need to do is blend. So once I finish doing that with that eyeshadow, I'm going to do the exact same thing with the other eyeshadow, which is a little bit more darker. So I'm going to go from lighter to darker, slowly building that eyeshadow with the exact same technique and actually using the exact same brush. I also want to mention that I can't see the other side very well. I'm actually doing the makeup sideways because the camera and the lighting umbrellas are facing her. So if I do miss a little bit here and there with blending, then don't worry because I later will go in and fix that. Once I finish doing the exact same step with all of the eyeshadows, I'm going to take this one and I'm going to apply that on the center of the eyelid where we left that little space from that halo look that we were doing. And this is just going to be basically a base for my glitter. Today I'm using any purple glitter that you have, and I'm using the glitter glue from It Cosmetics, one of the best glues I've ever had the privilege to use. It is actually incredible. And the trick for not getting fallout glitter is applying a layer of glue first and then a layer of glitter. And that glitter sticks to your finger, and then you can easily transfer it from your finger to your eyelid. And that's the technique I use every time, and it works every time. If you don't have experience with glitter, then I suggest you do the eye look first and then do the rest of the face makeup. So once I do that, I'm just going to go back in and blend the edges of the glitter because I don't want there to be harsh lines. And then I'm just going to brighten up the inner corner of her eye with the Carly Bible palette with the pinkish highlight. And once I do that, I'm just going to line her eyes, and I'm going to be using any liquid eyeliner. This one is from Sephora, which I actually did not like. It was too liquidy. It is a recipe for disaster for an eyeliner. But anyways, that's the only one I had to work with today, so that's what we're doing. I'm just gonna do a line as close to her real lashes as possible, and this is just basically going to help blend the lash strip with her real lashes, and it's gonna give that illusion that the eyelashes are thicker than what they actually are. For lashes today, I'm going to apply the Wispies, the Kiss lashes, and I'm going to be using the Black Duo Eyelash Adhesive. But meanwhile that's drying, I'm going to move on with her lips. I'm going to line them with a NYX lip pencil, and then I'm going to fill in the lips with this NYX liquid lipstick in the shade London. And finally, I'm going to top it up with another NYX gloss. This one is just a clear gloss. Now the lashes are ready. The trick here is that they are tacky, almost dry, but not fully dry. And then this way, as soon as you sit your eyelash, it doesn't slide around, which it will do if the glue is not tacky enough. So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to place the lashes as close to her real lashes as possible. And then I'm going to go over the eyeliner one more time. And this is just going to make the eyeliner darker, and it's also going to cover any glue that might be peeking through. So I really like doing this step, and I really think it completes the makeup look. And then finally for the eyes, I'm going to apply a eyeliner on her bottom waterline. This one is in the shade purple. And then I'm going to apply on the lower lash line the same eyeshadow we used in the center of her upper eyelid. And then finally, I'm going to put some mascara, and that will conclude this look.
So this is it for the tutorial, you guys. I hope you liked it. I'll leave all of her social media in the description box, especially her YouTube channel. Come by and say hi. You can see different content on there. And yeah, thank you so much for being here. And as always, I'll see you in my next tutorial very soon. Bye!
Mwah.